Shoprite was founded in 1979 with the purchase of 8 Cape-based supermarkets. Its operating subsidiaries include Checkers, Checkers Hyper, Usave, House and Home OK, and Hungry Lion. Shoprite has a market cap of 84 billion rand and a price-to-earnings ratio of 25. I'm going straight to Hungry Lion. A Hungry Lion. I mean, I love that.
Yeah,
what on earth do they
awesome
sell
brand.
at Hungry Lion?
I'm trying to get my head around it. I'm hearing fast foods, but I always thought it was a bottle store because, you know, Hungry Lion, that'd be a great name for a bottle store, don't you think?
It's fantastic. So what do they do in Hungry Lion? Come on, Owen.
It's definitely fast food stuff. Absolutely. You know, like your chicken lickens, but at the lower tier rent. And it's doing all right. It's definitely doing well.
When did they launch it?
I think it's been around for a while.
So it has been around for a while?
Yeah, it's been around for a while. You know, you would find them mostly in the busier cities, like in the CBD, in Joburg, in Durban, you'll find them. And, you know, it's for those guys who need to just quickly go out, 10 minutes, pick up something to eat and go back to the office. It's doing quite well.
So it's hitting a niche. All right, let's talk about Shoprite, Whitey Basson, and can you fold
exactly,
this?
established in 1979. Look, they got a couple of good breaks. They bought the OK Bazaars brand from SAB Miller for nothing because it had totally failed. But they captured market share in the last 5 years or more from Pick n Pay. So Pick n Pay was having internal issues. Whitey pushed centralized distribution centers long before anybody else did. And that gave them a big edge in terms of their buying and their deliveries and their scale economies and all the rest of it. Plus, he rejuvenated the stores. Known to be a real tough operator, so no big friend of the trade unions, but for one reason or another seems to get away with less industrial action and that kind of thing. Went to Africa early, started opening stores in places like Antananarivo in Madagascar and Lusaka and so on early. So incredible success story, 83 to 85 billion market cap. Christo Wiese, who's the chairman of the board, owns like 16% of this, which is worth 12 billion rand. I mean, it just shoots out all the lights and is the best positioned of the grocers in this general space.
The best positioned of the grocers in this general space. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. If I could shoot straight to the question, it's a double buy in my view. Look, it's
even
it's
at current levels.
I'll get involved. You know, remember the African story. They were in first. They understand it more. They invested more time understanding the political space. You know, they own a few properties already in Africa, and I think you know, the guys have worked very hard to get that footprint. You look at the stock 131 trading about 2 odd weeks ago, and the market was tanking. It's trading 15 bucks higher now, with the foreigners still believing in the African story.
I want to go back to that comment. You said they own a couple of properties in Africa right now, and they have got that right, haven't they, in terms of the entry? Because that's a difficult balancing act to basically find your property and rentals in Africa.
Absolutely, and I mean, we're talking about their stores ranging anything between 3,500 to 5,000 square meters. They own quite a few of them. They're still renting out in some places, and you know what? They've got a nice spread around Africa, West Africa, North Africa. You would find them in East Africa as well. The guys are still, you know, trying to get involved and spread out. But the bottom line is the first mover advantage. Shoprite has nailed it down properly.
I was in Accra recently, Accra Mall, the biggest Shoprite you've ever seen. It's bigger than anything I've seen in South Africa, and I left my running shoes. I managed to buy a pair of running shoes in Shoprite. So they cater for everybody's needs.
Yeah, and I think they're probably supplying those places through a combination of rail, ship, containerization and so on. I mean, the Massmart guys always chat to people about Africa, and they say, oh, well, how's it going up there? Isn't it difficult? And he says, no, it's not so difficult. You just have to develop your supply lines, work out how long you've got to take to get things through the ports, work out what you're going to source locally. You know, it's just a matter of being there long enough. And Africa's got all these big conurbations which are big enough to sustain these kinds of stores. So, I mean, we love Massmart, but Shoprite is certainly a close second. So
at current levels, you reckon we should be buying because it's not going to get any cheaper? Would that be a fair statement?
I feel that's definitely the case, and if it does pull back at all, you should get involved. You kind of have some good support for the stock at 130. I would still be staying long the stock. Yeah, I think it's easily, you know.
Okay, let me get you to cement your view. Hot or not on Shoprite?
Hot.
It's hot. It's very, very hot. Sizzling hot on Shoprite from Owen.
Yeah, I'd say I'd go hot too. 26 PE, you've got to be sweating it a little bit, but I think it'll continue to benefit.